Panasonic invites you to take a picture of a voice with a Panasonic cassette tape recorder.
Things was a lot different than it is now.
All with built-in mics. Some with built-in radios. There are pocket models.
It should last another 50 years.
And even some that record in stereo.
Say something. Come on, speak something.
So take a picture of a voice with Panasonic.
Say something, bark.
Ford introduces Futura, a new car designed for 1978 and beyond. Futura's striking design is the result of computer modeling and aerodynamic testing. Its ride is the result of a newly created advanced front suspension system. Futura, designed for 1978 and beyond. Realistically priced for today. See your Ford dealer for a personal test drive.
An all-star cast in swashbuckling adventure in The Four Musketeers, a television premiere on the CBS Friday night movies at 9, 8 Central and Mountain Time.
Now there's a trombonist-sized view of the action, and the conductor, Sal Carson. Play it again, Sal. All right, 3:35 remaining here in the third period. We're tied at 17. A 44-yard punt by Tom Blanchard has San Francisco first and 10 at their 20. That was Jackson straight ahead to the 25-yard line.
Jackson's having one heck of a day, I'll tell you that.
Terrific.
He's over 150 yards right now.
Got 2 touchdowns. He had an 80-yard run that led to a field goal back in the first period. Then he went 34 yards for his first touchdown, scored another from 1 yard out. It's a big day for Wilbur Jackson. 2nd and 5 for the 49ers. Jackson number 40, Williams number 24. Delvin Williams. Picked up about 2, maybe 3. Let's see how they mark it. We're going to give him 3, and it's going to be about a yard short of the first down. 3rd and 1. And in come the heavyweights to join that offensive line. Obradovich, 89. Paul Seal, 85. Double tight ends in the 3rd and short situation here in 49ers territory at the 29-yard line. Jackson out near the 40-yard line brings the crowd alive. First down, San Francisco. They spotted at the 39.
Here again, you can see the great offensive fire out by the San Francisco 49ers. Jackson picks it so well. They're trying to strip that ball out, but you got to cover it up pretty good. He's got 14 carries now for 166 yards.
Took the 2 cornerbacks to put the tackle on him, Clarence Chapman and Ernie Jackson. If he had beaten them, it's another 6.
You know, they complement each other. Del Williams, Wilbur Jackson, they block for each other. They're both great runners. They can catch that football. These guys are great 1-2 punches we've said all along.
First down, 49ers. This time they've got Jackson wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Pat Hughes coming in from the right linebacker spot. Greeted him just after Plunkett gave him the ball, and Jim Merlo came over from the left side to get in on the action. Plunkett is 4 for 5 and 95 yards. Has not thrown a great deal, but he's had it on the money.
Boys from Dallas are coming back right now. They're 7-7.
Golden Richards, a 4-yard pass from Roger Staubach, tying that game. 2nd down. 13 yards to go. After the loss of 3, Delvin Williams. Williams cannot get away from Ernie Jackson, and then he's stacked up by Pollard.
Big Woody Peoples
number
right out there.
73, Campbell.
Yeah. Number 69, Woody Peoples leading the play right around the corner there. The back, you know, you can only run as fast as those linemen can go, Tim. You know, everybody would say, always used to say, well, you're not very fast. And I said, well, I'm as fast as my guards are, and that's all I have to do because, you know, once they get out in front of there, once you get by them and they throw that key block, that's when you're allowed to show that speed that you have. I didn't have any.
3rd down, 9 to go. Ken Bordelon, number 50, is in at linebacker. Marcellus back in at safety. Outside comes Jackson. Good block, and Jackson to the 31-yard line of New Orleans. Bordelon, number 50, He made the tackle, but way downfield. A big first down for the 49ers.
Here's Jackson.
And here it is again as we are at the end of the third quarter with the score. New Orleans 17, San Francisco 17. We now pause for a word from your local station.
See Robert Redford and Faye Dunaway in the television premiere of 3 Days of the Condor, tonight at 9, 8 Central and Mountain on CBS.
Oh, you guys are so bad. Of Jackson. Hey, there's. Let's get the. That's right.
That's our producer's dad, Bob Stenner's father.
He is known as the Barfly right there.
Actually, it's the president of the Tom Maddie fan club.
There's
First
one
down
guy.
for the 49ers, and that man is excited. 32-yard line of New Orleans. The 49ers on the move again. We are just underway in the fourth period. Bobby Farrell is in the backfield. Number 38, joining Delvin Williams. Bucket to throw on first down. Deep is open. Oh, what a play by Jackson. That ball hung there enough, and Jackson knocked it away from Gene Washington.
Gene Washington had him beat there too, Tim. He got behind him, broke the. Here he is right now. Watch a great defensive play right now. Just timed the ball perfectly on his jump and knocks it right out of the waiting arms of Gene Washington. That's frustration when you're a receiver.
Wilbur Jackson, who has left the game at least momentarily, left it with 191 yards on just 16 carries.
That's not a bad day's work.
Not a bad day's work, and we'll see if he was. Now he's back in, so if he had an injury, it was obviously minor. And Bobby Farrell was in for just the one play. Jackson, number 40. Williams, number 24. Second and 10, 49ers. Reverse and it fumbles. Plunkett picks up the loose ball as Harrison, the wide receiver, coming around on the reverse, dropped the handoff from Delvin Williams. And Campbell was right there to make sure Plunkett didn't go anywhere. I don't think Jim wanted to go anywhere except under the AstroTurf at that point.
I'll tell you, here's a good call, too. It's a handoff to the halfback, Williams, right there. He hands it off. It's supposed to be a fake or a handoff. Who knows? But he knocks it out of the hands.
No, I think he tried to hand it off. He didn't look the ball into Harris. And a pile up there. Christ had a piece of it. But I think another Saint came up with the recovery. And there is a flag down, remember. Here's Jackson on the replay.
He's going, makes a great break to the outside. Look how he's carrying the ball. He just knocks it out himself. No one hits it.
That's Chris with the first shot at it, but he didn't hang on. Let's see who's got it.
Randy Cross, I believe, came up with it, number 51. I think they're still down there fighting on it.
Well, if he got it, the 49ers will have a chance to keep the drive going, although they are short of the first down even at that point. Offside signaled against the 49ers, and you can see the referee.
Defense is offside. Defense.
Oh. The Saints are offside. He did signal the other way, but I think he was trying to listen to Ken Meyer, the coach of the 49ers, and telling him, hey, Ken, be quiet. Let me make the call. He had actually signaled it against San Francisco, but the call goes against the Saints, and we have to assume that the 49ers had retained possession as well. Now there's the proper signal.
They've still got a third down, long yardage situation. They've got to come up with a big play here to keep this drive going. But at least it puts them in field goal range.
The ball at the 32-yard line. It is 3rd and 10 for the 49ers. They come out in the I formation. They have not run much from the I. They've come out and done this. Shifted into the split back set. Oh, what a hit. Mike Brooks, the rookie, number 72, setting back Delvin Williams and making that field goal try a little bit longer.
Mr. Fultz is one of those small defensive linemen that are coming in the league today. 6'5", 278 pounds.
Oh, boy. From Nebraska, the second-round pick behind Joe Campbell of Maryland. And this young man is determined to be a player. Hank Stram said there is no doubt about Fultz and Campbell. They are both going to be stars. They're getting starting action now. One of them ahead of Elix Price. That's Fultz, and Campbell because of injuries. Derlin Moore. Field goal tried by Wersching is way short. He did get it into the end zone, but well short of the goalpost, and so the score remains at 17-all.
One little fender bender, and I'll probably lose half a day chasing down estimates.
You don't have to chase estimates with Allstate.
I don't?
Not with Allstate's drive-in claim centers. We take care of the estimate, and we can settle up on the spot.
Just a couple more minutes.
Allstate has hundreds of drive-in locations, so you don't have to chase estimates.
What a difference.
When it takes being different to be better,
Why?
Allstate will do it.
That's a promise from us, the good hands people.
You know, it looked like a light day, with nothing to deliver but posters for the AC Spark Plug Buy 7, Get 1 free sale. What could be easier, right? Wrong. Do you know how many places sell AC Spark Plugs? And everyone with a poster like this is selling 8 AC Spark Plugs for the price of 7, as long as supplies last. Sure, getting a free AC Spark Plug is a great idea. But you better move fast.
Chuck Muncy, University of California star. He's got a few friends in this area. I bet he's got a bunch of them over here watching him play today.
He's got a ranch out in this area, doesn't he? Raising horses.
Oh, he was one of the greats at Berkeley. Center John Hill leads the Saints out. They have first down at their 33-yard line following the missed field goal. Hardman, pass complete to Galbraith. Did not put a great deal on it, maybe 3 yards. Hit immediately. Pat Hughes, number 54, and Ed Bradley.
You can see the pressure that's being put on Manning right here. He ducks out of one tackler, just gets rid of that ball.
Bradley and Harper. I said Hughes. I meant Bradley, number 54, and Harper, number 59. Bradley in at the middle linebacker for Bruce Ely, whom I don't think has returned since he went off with an injury of some kind.
Some good old Buckeye, Mr. Elia. Ohio State, one of Woody's boys.
He'll call it a gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Manning under pressure, and a good catch by Galbraith. Complete to Childs. Does he have the first down?
Got a face mask on it, too.
And it looks like the face mask on Phillips, number 32. Put the tackle on Childs. Childs has not been in a great deal today, but each time he's come in, he's caught the ball.
You know, Tim, that was really a perfect throw by Manning. Watch this. He sets up right here, and as Childs breaks to the outside, that ball is there. You'll be able to see it. It's just that he turned to the outside, the ball was there. Now watch the face mask right here. He just accidentally grabs him. It's not an intentional shot at all. It's just a 5-yard penalty.
So the Saints are now first down at their own 49-yard line as Henry Childs, bothered by a bad toe, nonetheless has made 2 key receptions.
You know, it's interesting. A lot of the ball players today, we've never had them before, but the guys are coming what they call the AstroTurf toe or the synthetic toe, whatever it is. But it is an aggravating injury.
Muncy breaking with that big loping stride of his. A good gain close to 10 yards. He'll be a little bit short of the first down, but not much.
You know, talking to Stram about Muncy, you know, he'd been injured during the week and started practicing on Friday, but he says, here's the kind of a kid that you got to have. He's the big back. He can do it all. He blocks for he blocks for Galbraith. And Galbraith blocks for him. And Galbraith said in so many words, Muncy can be as great as he wants to be.
Big number 75 is Ed Gallagher in defensively on the front 4 for the 49ers. 2nd and 1. And that looks like first down yardage for Kim Jones, number 32. So the Saints get it going again inside the 40-yard line of San Francisco. 11:21 remaining in regulation time. We are tied at 17-all. Tim Ryan and Tom Addy at Candlestick Park. And there is an injured 49er, and Not entirely sure who that is, but that looks like he will not be back this afternoon. We'll have to check that one for you.
I think it was the defensive back.
Muncy squirting through the middle of the line, gets over the 35 to about the 34-yard line.
Good old Muncy wants to get in there and stay in there. He hasn't seen too much action this afternoon, but when he gets his hands on that ball, he's going to be able, you know, he's ripping off that yardage.
Wilbur Jackson is evidently the injured man down there, and what a day he has had. He's deserved his rest. We hope it's not serious. Slot formation left to the Saints. 2nd and 4 to go. Manning quickly out to Childs, and he threw it right into the ground. It looked like they wanted to drop Childs back off and set the screen up. You could see Zanders out here ready to block along with Morrison. But Archie didn't get him the ball.
I think Archie just hurries his throw here. That's all it was. See the lineman coming out, setting it up out there. All he has to do is get it out there. Childs catches that ball, waits for his lineman to come through. Then what you do is you cut back against the green, and that gives you an opportunity to break some tackles.
10:22 remaining, 4th period. 3rd down, about 4 yards to go.
Manning is 4 for 8 right now, Tim, for 40 yards.
Manning on the pressure. Cleveland, Elam, number 72. Cedric Hardman, number 86. And the 49ers stop the Saints' drive. As Manning is sacked at the 41-yard line of San Francisco, it'll be 4th down. And the injury report is Tony Leonard, number 42, and we saw him come off earlier. So it is not Wilbur Jackson. Jackson had been hurt, but it was obviously a minor injury. He came back into the game, but that is Tony Leonard, and it does not look like he'll return. Tom Blanchard standing at his 44-yard line to hurry the punt as the snap was wide. It's taken at the 13-yard line by Stan Black, and he did not get very far. So with 9:56 remaining in regulation time, we still have a tie ball game. The Saints and the 49ers at 17.
When you're thirsting for a beer or two, but what you're doing isn't through, that's the time to take a natural break.
Like now, with Anheuser-Busch Natural Light. Beer that's crisp and refreshing, brewed naturally with nothing artificial. And since it won't fill you up, it won't slow you down.
Anheuser-Busch Natural Light. It's time to
take a natural break.
Inside this new Firestone radial tire is an improved steel cord with 5 million miles of developmental testing. Where once we used 5 strands, we now use 10 strands of steel. 7 around 2, wrapped by 1. A cord construction so important, Firestone named the tire for it. 7, 2, 1. The new steel-belted radial 721. Now, from Firestone.
Pretty lady in what's left of the sunlight here in San Francisco as shadows lengthen over the field at Candlestick Park. We have 9:56 to go. First down for the 49ers at the 15-yard line. Each team has had 12 first downs in the game, and they're tied at 17. Jackson is back in there. He's got a wrap around his left thigh. Jackson, number 40. Williams, number 24, the running backs. In motion is the tight end, Mitchell. Out to Jackson. Blockers in front. Well defensed by the Saints. He got 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 5 at the 20 of San Francisco.
Here again is Plunkett's looking downfield, getting those linebackers and defensive backs to drop back deep. Jackson sets up to the outside out there, catches that ball, looks it in, waits for his offensive lineman to get out in front of him right there, picks up some blocking, gets 5 yards. It's a good first down play.
Pat Hughes made the initial contact, number 54, with Bob Pollard right behind number 82. 2nd and 5. We shift to the split backs again. Delvin Williams. Pollard on the hit with Grooms, number 78. Gain of maybe 2 on the play.
You know, it looks like Jackson's hurting right there. Now, this is the time where a guy's really done a great job today. If he's hurting that bad, you get a ball player out like that and get another running back in there. They've got some.
They just heard you. Bobby Farrell's coming in, number 38. Jackson, number 40, is coming out.
Not a bad call, Matty. He's been a workhorse today.
I'm sure he probably asked to go back in after he got hurt and said, come on, let me keep playing. And it's obvious he just can't go anymore today. 190 yards for Wilbur Jackson, 2 touchdowns. What a day. 3rd and 3. Loose ball, but after the whistle, a Saint had recovered it. Williams, I believe, the ball carrier. And he's just getting up from that pile up, and the Saints a little unhappy. They thought the ball was loose before the whistle.
And I think they didn't get the first down either. I don't know.
Pollard put the hit on him. Let's see where they mark it. They're going to measure. The ball at the 25-yard line of San Francisco. Every play critical now as we're still tied. 8:28 remaining regulation time. Tim Ryan and Tom Matte at Candlestick Park in San Francisco, and we've had a most entertaining football game.
I don't know what those officials are doing out there, but they've got some problems right now.
Pat Hughes, I think, is complaining about where the marker on the chain is. They put that marker on the line, and you can see them now marking it at the 20-yard line. Then they stretch the chain, and Hughes just not happy with the way they're doing it. He may be less happy with the outcome if they give San Francisco a first down. Let's see. This looks like the Geneva Tox down here.
Well, you know, look where the yard marker is. It's in front of the line there, and I think that the New Orleans has a legitimate gripe.
Referee Ben Dreith is over there now consulting with the yardage marking man, and they're calling it short. Hank's down there checking things out. He's saying, yeah, right, they're short.
I'd say they're short, too.
Look at there, Hank's he's going to handle this. Sure, Hank said, look, it's clear. But, you know, come on, fellas, what's so difficult? We don't have an executive decision yet.
No way, he said.
That's Bobby Scott. He was going to get his 2 cents within number 12, but it is 4th down. And so the 49ers send in the punting unit.
I'll tell you, Plunkett's a little bit upset about that.
He's going to have to hurry out the field. So the 49ers unhappy. They'll have to punt. Whittam standing on the 10-yard line. Rich Motti, the lone deep man, standing at his 31. Good low kick into that wind. 49er bounce fielded by Motti, and a block followed a clip clearly. The return out to the 45. The flag was down immediately.
I don't know. That's another very close call. I don't think of that. My opinion was that was not a clip. He had his head in front of him.
Saints don't think it was a clip. I thought it was a clip. Let's see.
Right there. Well, he was. He had his head to the back of his shoulder. Look at that. All he had to do was get his head in front of it. The official's right on top of it.
Wade Bosarge, number 25, was the man who threw the block on Paul Hofer, number 36, and clipping his call. So the ball goes back to the 15-yard line where it'll be first down.
I'm going to do something only a Bob Lilly would do. And I'm going to use the new Black & Decker Best Line router. It's the best home use router we've ever made. It's going to trim the ends and make a nifty edge and dovetail this drawer. It's even going to write. There. Here, Coach. When America has a job to do, it reaches for Black & Decker. The new Black & Decker Best Line of power tools.
I drive a Ford pickup because my daddy told me they're built tough. Right, Daddy?
Right, and I bought a Ford pickup because my daddy told me they were built tough. Right, Daddy?
Yep, and I drive a Ford pickup because my daddy told me they were built tough. Right, Daddy?
That's right, yeah. My daddy came to Texas in a covered wagon. I had to learn about Fords on my own. I'm a smart old bird, ain't I?
Of all Ford trucks registered over the last 12 years, 93 out of 100 are still on the job.
On January 2nd, CBS Sports presents the Cotton Bowl with the #1 ranked Texas Longhorns taking on the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. That's the Cotton Bowl, January 2nd.
We're tied at 17 here at Candlestick Park. 8:04 to play in regulation time. Archie Manning, number 8, brings out the Saints. First down at the 15 following the clipping call against New Orleans.
All right, listen to me now. That's the thing that came off.
Eddie Lewis, number 22, is in that secondary for San Francisco, replacing Tony Leonard, who is injured. You saw him on the bench a while ago.
Get in there!
Muncy, trying the left side, still trying. Gets out to the 19-yard line. Pickup of 4 on the play. Tommy Hart, number 53, came all the way over from his left defensive end position to put the stop on him.
You know, Muncy's being 6'3" at about 220 pounds. And he can really run like a deer. He's got that great speed, that great outside speed, and also has that lateral movement.
Muncy getting a breather. Mike Strawn comes in. Cedric Hardman giving you the serious look of a defensive lineman. One of the great pass rushers. 9.5 sacks already this season. Mike Strawn, number 33, stacked up by Skip Vanderbunt, number 52, right at the 20-yard line. Not much of a gain on that play. It'll be third down, and let's say 4.5 for the Saints.
You know, there's a situation where on a third and 5-6 yards, this is where Manning goes to his backs coming out of the backfield. He has an opportunity to put an isolation on a back on a linebacker where he could either come inside or outside. And it's probably, in my opinion, still the greatest play in football right now.
Muncy is back in, so we'll look for that pass here, Tom. Both Muncy and Galbraith can catch the ball real well, but they're going to let Muncy run it. Muncy battles and bowls his way over the 25-yard line. He's got first down yardage.
That's a good call. Look at that. They're staying with that game plan of theirs. They're running it.
Cleveland Elam, number 72, the first man to hit him, along with Vanderbunt, number 52.
Here it is again. Watch Muncy come across. Follows the big guard right there leading through. Cuts back up right to the inside. Puts his head down and boom it. That's a big man to bring down. 6'3", 220 pounds.
Ralph McGill, number 49, in there on the tackle as well from his safety position. Interesting ball game going here, 23-21. Jim Zorn has 3 touchdown passes for Seattle. Five formation right, Muncy. Good coverage by the 49ers. The left side of that defensive line. Linebacker Vanderbunt came up to help out number 75, Ed Gallagher.
Vanderbunt closed that off real quick. He couldn't get to the outside. He had to go to the inside. He came across the line of scrimmage, set himself up right, knocked that back right down, and filled up the hole.
We're told that Wilbur Jackson is just 4 yards short of the all-time 49er rushing record for one game. Del Williams said it last year with 194 against St. Louis, but it does not look like Jackson's going to get back into the game. Maybe somebody will point that out to him, to the 49ers, and he might give it another shot. Muncy. Good defensive effort by number 72, Cleveland Elam.
Comes all the way from the backside and makes the tackle on him.
About 6 inches on the play, and it'll be third down and about 9.5. A little more than 9.5. 7-7. This has been a real close one. Dallas and Washington into the fourth period. And we're tied here at 17-4, 44 remaining regulation time.
Big number 79 over there.
Emmanuel Sanders, they will miss him, the right guard. Schumacher has come in to replace him, number 71. Manning under pressure. Manning tripped up and dumped at the 27-yard line. And the Saints will have to punt.
The man that was putting all that pressure on him was number 86, Cedric Hardman again. All over the field, a big man moving around, I'll tell you.
So the 49ers hold, and Tom Blanchard comes in to punt. Penalty against the Saints declined by the 49ers. The last lost our referee's microphone, evidently, so we don't have that call for you. Stan Black and Paul Hofer awaiting the punt from Tom Blanchard. Blanchard steps over the 15, kicks a real boomer. Driving Black back inside the 25, gets a good block. Gets out to the 35-yard line of San Francisco. And the first man to hit him was Rich Motti, number 84. 4:06 to play. We're tied at 17-all.
This realistic 40-channel CB radio is on sale right now at your nearby Radio Shack for the unbelievable low price of $49.95. That's 50% off our catalog price. And our realistic model 466 is ready to use on all 40 CB channels. For under $50, get the convenience and security of two-way CB communication today. The sale-priced realistic 40-channel CB radio, only at Radio Shack, a Tandy company.
You get to be the superstar in rent-a-car when you've got the kind of people who can get things ready, even before you get there. Hertz has more of them than anyone. People who want to get their job done fast and who can put out that extra effort when things get busy.
Go, Hertz, go.
People who know the most important thing is getting each customer away fast into a reliable Ford or other fine car. Come to Hertz.
The superstar in rent-a-car.
You know it.
Well, it's cooled off a little bit here in Candlestick, as you can see. .406 to go. First down, 49ers at the 35-yard line. Tim Ryan and Tom Matty with NFL action for you on CBS. What a good one, the Saints and the 49ers. Bobby Farrell. John Farrell at the 40-yard line. Pat Hughes, it was such a good hit that Hughes hurt himself on it. He really popped the shoulder into Farrell. Bobby Farrell in there for Wilbur Jackson. Farrell, a second-year man from UCLA and a refugee from the old World Football League. Hughes is back up and planning on staying in there. Hughes took the job away from Greg Westbrooks, who had been the starter. Got hurt 2 or 3 weeks ago. Hughes came in, and Greg's ready to play, but he can't get Hughes dislodged. Good depth of linebacker in that position for New Orleans. Farrell again, number 38. Not much running room. Stacked up by Mike Foltz, number 72, and then Bob Pollard and Grooms finished him off.
Good old San Diego, fourth quarter, 30-21 over Seattle. That's a good ball game. Zorn must be having a great day, Tim.
3 touchdown passes. Fred Dean just ran 22 yards for the San Diego score to make it interesting. Third down. Let's call it 3.5 to go for the 49ers as they try to get the drive alive here that could be the winning drive if they can keep it going. Farrell breaks a tackle. Farrell has the first down.
That was a big play right there. Farrell makes a great run on that. He almost got hit in the backfield. It broke the tackle and got the first down. Keeps this drive moving. We've only got 2:34 left going. Watch Farrell come across right now. It's a trap to the inside. The guard's pulling to the outside. Farrell breaks a tackle there, breaks another one.
6'7".
Dives for the first down. A good running play.
Tripped up by Fetterspiel, finished off by Merlo. Time ticking off. 2:16 remaining. We're tied at 17. The Niners are running out of the I formation. One of the rare times they've done that. Delvin Williams did not get much. Tommy Myers, a safety, came up along with Ernie Jackson, 37 and 30 to put the hit on him. And that brings us to the 2-minute warning here, with the score still tied at 17 from Candlestick Park in San Francisco.
Ford introduces Futura, a dramatic combination of styling and technology for 1978 and beyond. Futura, designed by computer modeling and aerodynamic testing. It can provide excellent fuel economy and room for 5 passengers as well. Futura, designed for 1978 and beyond. Realistically priced for today. See your Ford dealer for a personal test drive.
From RCA, an advancement in remote control television. A color track control center.
In an eighth of a second, it switches from one channel to any other, directly, without clicking through the channels in between. It shows time and channel with each change. It controls volume, color, and tint. It puts so much control in your hands, the knobs have been taken off the set. The ColorTrack Control Center. Another way, RCA is making television better and better.
2 minutes to play in regulation time. 49ers have the ball. They have it 2nd and 8. And Ray Wersching contemplating the possibilities that he could be the hero again. He beat these guys in overtime.
That's right.
10-7.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago at the Superdome.
I tell you that, you know, he kicked out. He's kicking into the wind, though, so we'll see what. With the wind, rather.
Well,
so
he kicked into the air conditioning in the Superdome, so maybe he's good at that. We'll see if he gets the opportunity. The Saints obviously don't even want him to have a shot at it. Slot formation left. Puckett has gone all the way at quarterback. Delvin Williams cutting back and is stopped at the line of scrimmage. There was nowhere to go. Grooms was there. Number 78. Chuck Christ came up. Jim Merlo was there, and Tommy Myers. So the two safeties got right into the middle of that one, Myers and Christ. 3rd and 7, and if the 49ers want to get that field goal shot from Wersching, they've got to make first down here.
They got to come up with that big play right here. Watch those backs coming out of the backfield. Puckett likes to use them also.
Ken Bordelon is in at linebacker. Marsalis is in the secondary for New Orleans. Delvin Williams. Oh, where they mark it here is going to be the whole story. Delvin Williams had a good hole behind the right side of his line. Peoples and Fonhorst, and center Randy Cross.
And it looks like they're a little bit short, but again, you know, these are good calls that these guys are coming up with.
They're going to measure. Grooms made the stop on it, Tom. This is the measurement of the game. 1:13 on the clock. Hank Stram would like to help with this one.
Now here's another coaching decision. What is Meyer going to do?
They're short. Right. They're short by about 4 or 5 inches.
They're going to go for it.
In comes Obradovic. In comes number 65. Lawson. Harrison comes out. Obradovic at tight end. Delvin Williams with 65 yards rushing today. Not too shabby behind his teammate Robert Jackson, who's been the big star for the 49ers.
Big
first
play.
down. Looked like he had it. If he has the ball, the 49ers will keep the drive alive.
They sure will. They got
49
their time.
seconds. First down, San Francisco. Grooms was underneath it, doing the best he could, along with the rest of the middle of that line, Pollard and Fultz. Hank Stram concerned on the sideline. 17-17. With 49 seconds remaining in regulation time, we might be staring at a little overtime, or who knows.
Just listen to that. That's just one of the great original hits in this exclusive new Firestone Christmas album. This is a really big collection of all-time favorite Christmas classics with many of the artists who made them famous. It's yours for only $1.69. 8-track tape, $1.99. At Firestone stores and dealers just about everywhere. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Andecker is the most expensive taste in beer.
Who says so?
You will.
Andecker may become your favorite beer.
Who says so?
You will.
Andecker. Costly ingredients, patient aging. You don't know what a difference that makes, but you will. Andecker, the most expensive taste in beer. If you haven't tried it yet, you will.
You know, Tim, in Candlestick Park here, you know, this wind plays such an important factor. If you look at one end zone, the flags are blowing one way, and you look at the goalpost at the other end, and the wind's blowing that way. So it's got that twirling motion, so it's going to be a tough kick no matter what.
First down for the 49ers. Maybe they can avoid the kick. They'd like to. Puckett throwing on first down. Scrambling. Dropped by Bob Pollard, number 82. the 7-year man from Weber State. 29 years of age, the veteran along that front four. Loss of 2 on the play.
And Mr. Plunkett calls another timeout. That was great coverage by the New Orleans Saints in their prevent defense. Plunkett had no one to go to, so he had to eat that ball. This is where you come over to the sideline when you're a quarterback looking for words of wisdom. What do I do now, Coach?
That's Ken Myers, coach, talking to him. And Hank Stram's got to be happy with the play of his young kids on that front four. Fultz and Campbell, the starters today, the 2 rookies, his first and second draft picks, and they're in a real critical situation. They've got the steadying hand of Bob Pollard out there, the 7-year veteran. But another young man, 24-year-old Eloise Grooms, 3rd-year man from Tennessee Tech. So there's a lot on the shoulders of a couple of rookies and a young Saints team here as they try to get the ball back or at least finish this game with the score tied and take their chances in the OT. 43 seconds, as you can see, on the clock.
You know, and talking to Stram yesterday, he says this is a young ball club. We're rebuilding. We're not going to set any records this year. He says, but doggone it, we're going to have a ball club next year. And he says, you know, the fans down in New Orleans have been just great to me. And he said, we want to have a winner. He said, that's what I'm going after, wins.
49ers going after a win here. They have the ball. 43 seconds remaining. 2nd and 12. Slot formation right. Washington in the slot. Williams and Farrell are the running backs. Plunkett had lots of time. Intercepted. He underthrew it, intended for Harrison. And it's Ernie Jackson, number 30, on the interception. So the Saints stop the 49ers. The flag is down, however.
Roughing
it's
the
against
passer.
New Orleans. Let's see where the call is. There's a flag down in the San Francisco backfield.
Right, it looks like roughing the passer, Tim. What a break for San Francisco. That's an automatic first down.
The ball is spotted at the 29-yard line. Here comes Ben Dright.
Roughing the quarterback, 72.
72, Mike Fultz, the rookie from Nebraska. Roughing the quarterback, a tough break for the rookie and for the Saints, and the 49ers get a good break. An interception that turns into first down at the 29.
This is one of the things that's killed New Orleans today. They've had 7 penalties and 70 yards. Well, San Francisco's only had 3 and 20.
36 seconds remaining. First down. Delvin Williams. Bob Pollard from behind, number 82, and Chuck Christ, number 44, came up from the safety position, diving underneath Williams, and he picked up 4 yards on the play. 2nd and 6. Clock ticking off. 16 seconds remaining.
He's going to wait till that last second to call a timeout, going for the field goal.
We're down to 5.
There he is.
5 seconds on the clock.
This could be a real heartbreaker for Hank Stram again, doggone. You know, this New Orleans is a young ball club that played their hearts out today. And this is going to be a tough field goal. Don't anybody kid you. This wind in Candlestick Park is whirling around. You know what it's doing out there. Although they have a little advantage, they practice here a little bit, so they know what's happening. But it's a tough wind to play into.
Chuck Christ over there on the sidelines, along with some other defenders, to discuss how to rush this field goal attempt. The ball is at the 25-yard line, and he'll be kicking it from 9 or 10 yards back of that.
There you get a chance to see what it looks like as a field goal kicker, looking right into the uprights. You can see how tall those uprights are. Someday I'll get into a story why those things are 10 feet higher than they were before.
Last week, the Saints came from behind to beat Atlanta 21-20 in a thriller. They lost 10-7 to these Saints in a similar situation 2 weeks ago. It's spotted at the 32. And it's good. Ray Wersching, a 42-yard field goal as time runs out. And Ray Wersching has beaten the New Orleans Saints as he did 2 weeks ago in overtime, this time as regulation time runs out.
And the New Orleans Saints
fans are sick, and they rightfully deserve to be. They played a great ball game. It's a young ball club, and damn it, they got a lot of places to go.
That's all right, Tom. Nobody will notice. 20-17 for the San Francisco 49ers here at Candlestick Park, in a real thriller that went right down to the final seconds, and we'll return to Candlestick in just a moment.
We got a great one.
Can I get you something else?
Yeah. An ambulance.
Americans overeat more than anyone. But what's really getting fat is the cost of health care.
Oh, one more piece won't hurt, dear.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield plans have programs to hold costs down. But everybody needs to help.
Son, when you eat like this, I just love you to death.
There is no free lunch. Sooner or later, we all pay for it.
This drop is too little to cover the head of a match. Yet this is enough adhesive, super strong, super fast to lift 2.5 tons. It's Duro Super Glue. A drop will do to mend jewelry, ceramics, rubber, and glass in only 10 seconds. It truly is super strong and super fast. Super Glue. A drop will do. Super Glue. A product of Loctite Technology.
Here's the game-winning field goal by Ray Wersching of the San Francisco 49ers. As time ran out, it gave the 49ers a 20-17 victory. They had not led throughout the game, but they came up with the 3 points that won it, defeating the Saints 20-17 here at Candlestick Park in San Francisco. And so for Tom Matte, this is Tim Ryan saying so long from San Francisco, and reminding you that next week, the CBS Sports Spectacular on Saturday will present the International Record Makers Tournament of Weightlifting and the World's Strongest Man. Right now, let's join Pat Summerall and Tom Brookshire in Washington for the Dallas-Washington game.
That looked like something close to a body slam.
There's nowhere to go if the Redskins don't pull this one out, though. And they're thinking playoff.
Like to welcome those of you who watched New Orleans defeat San Francisco by the score of 20-17 to this one here, where Dallas leads Washington 14-7 with 7 minutes and 55 seconds left to play. Joe Theismann with good protection. Fires, and again it's Frank Grant, and again it's complete. Benny Barnes made the tackle, but the Redskins have another first down.
And a great read by Joe Theismann. Theismann looked over to Fugit, the tight end going to the left side. Look how he looked back to the left. It's closed. He has good pass protection and threw a quick shot. He really unloaded that one in a hurry. Boy, Aaron Kyle was a little late.
With Tom Brookshire, this is Pat Summerall, and I don't know how many of these Redskin-Dallas games we've seen and broadcast. San Francisco defeated New Orleans. We had an incorrect score. Very sorry. Beg your pardon. I don't know how that happened. Theismann with a lot of time throws. Almost picked off by Benny Barnes.
Grant standing in the end zone like either somebody pushed him or perhaps Theismann tried to throw it away.
Benny Barnes had a shot at that one.
Saw a tight little smile come on Joe's face.
A smile of relief.
That's right. That he still has the possession.
14-7 Dallas. Billy Kilmer is back in good health, but Theismann has been doing a good job, and Kilmer is on the sidelines.
Well, you ever forget Theismann against USC when he was at Notre Dame in the wet?
And right now he's in the cold. He sends Frank Grant in motion. A quick handoff to Thomas. He breaks a couple of tackles, still on his feet. Finally loses his balance, loses the football, but the whistle is blown. Charlie Waters back in the game, made the tackle.
You don't think the Dallas defense figured what that play was coming, do you?
Sort of looked like it, didn't it?
It's like they had 7 cavalry on the line of scrimmage.
Third down and a full 10 still to go. Ball on the Dallas 26. If you don't make this, do you go field goal or not?
A lot of time left, 6.5 minutes.
14-7 Dallas. Simultaneous catch, and it falls loose from Frank Grant and from Mark Washington, who was right with him. Theismann under a heavy rush, and here comes Mark Mosley.
And Mark Washington makes the play perhaps of his life. I'm not kidding you. Watch this. It's not a beautiful throw, but it's there. And watch the play that number 46 makes. That's recovery time, and not a lot of it. Watch the ball pop out.
6 minutes and 12 seconds left to play, and Mosley is in the game. Theismann will hold. I'm sure the Cowboys are very well aware that Theismann has thrown from this formation before. They drop back. I don't know. No good. That's the third one that Mosley has missed today.
Kicked the sailor that time, didn't he?
Knuckler. He was doing a lot of that in practice before the game.
He wasn't happy with himself, and he's a pretty honest guy, Patrick, at least with you. Being a kicker, he told you he just didn't have it going, maybe, huh?
There are those days. 6:07 left to play.
Ford introduces Futura, a dramatic combination of styling and technology for 1978 and beyond. Futura, designed by computer modeling and aerodynamic testing. It can provide excellent fuel economy and room for 5 passengers as well. Futura, designed for 1978 and beyond. Realistically priced for today. See your Ford dealer for a personal test drive.
From RCA, an advancement in remote-controlled television. A color track control center. In an eighth of a second, it switches from one channel to any other, directly, without clicking through the channels in between. It shows time and channel with each change. It controls volume, color, and tint. It puts so much control in your hands, the knobs have been taken off the set. The Color Track Control Center. Another way, RCA is making television better and better.
How did a tiny country like East Germany run away with 40 Olympic gold medals?
It's a good question.
Well, that's one of the stories tonight on 60 Minutes. And you'll see it right after this game in its entirety.
I'll tell you one thing, nobody in the country misses it anymore either, right?
Doesn't seem so. 14-7. Staubach gives to Newhouse, who breaks one tackle, and then is wrapped up at about the 29-yard line by Joe Lavender and Mike Curtis. Less than 6 minutes left to play.
I'll tell you, Herbert Scott played an excellent football game at left guard. Number 72 really hasn't imposed himself upon us like he usually does.
Tom Landry looking on. Dallas has left Philadelphia, San Francisco, and Denver. Washington still has to play St. Louis. The Cardinal record is 7-4. Dallas is 8-2 going into this one. Washington was 6-4. Staubach on a bootleg. Lofts it downfield. Billy Joe Dupree caught it. Flag is down.
Golden Richards was pulled down from behind. I believe they're going to get the defense for stripping the young receiver.
Let's look.
Okay, the left of your screen now. It's a naked bootleg pass, and pretty naked. Lorch makes it imperative that Roger unload the hog bladder. I believe Golden's already down. Dupree comes out with the catch.
2 flags were thrown.
Why is it people go after Golden Richards? Remember the Super Bowl game a couple of years ago? Pittsburgh went after him.
Defensive holding is the call, and it's declined by Dallas. The catch by Dupree was for a first down. Ken Houston, I believe, was called.
I think the reason they do that's probably the best way to play him.